stress that comes with the holiday season is already gone.
As Dr. Hallett mentioned, that stress and anxiety can end up affecting your kids too. Earlier, I sat down with Dr. Marcia Slattery from the UW School of Medicine and Public Health to talk about ways to manage it. The holiday season can make for a stressful time, and as a parent, it's important to remember yourself. Here with some advice this morning is Dr. Marcia Slattery, a child and adolescent psychiatrist with UW Health, and I think this is the time of year you're trying to give it all for your kids, but sometimes you have to remember yourself too.
Right. I think parents underestimate how much kids can pick up on how much stress and anxiety they have, and the holidays are ubiquitous for having more stress and anxiety. Just the time demands, we're off schedule, our sleep is off. There are multiple variables that contribute to that, and I think one of the things that parents, as I mentioned, often very much underestimate is how much that affects their kids. When you're stressed and anxious, your kid is more likely to be stressed and anxious. So importantly, first off, just monitoring when you are more stressed and anxious to know that this is how I'm feeling and what are some things that I need to do.
What are some ways to kind of focus on yourself during the holidays? Because you are trying to do everything all at once, right?
Exactly. The way I often discuss it and describe it with parents is to say, think of it two ways. What do I do in the moment when I'm feeling more stressed? But importantly, what can I do upstream every day in my routine that's likely going to decrease my stress that day, which makes it less likely for me to have these episodes where I'm much more anxious and stressed. So things like getting enough sleep, getting enough exercise, much like what we talk about with our kids, right? It's very important for us as well. And having some quiet time and just some time to ourselves to regroup and reboot, so to speak, will make us much more energized and much more available for our kids when we're with them, in contrast trying to do it at all and then being stressed when we're with them, which is what they're going to pick up on. If you are feeling more stressed, again, a lot of things that can help with that. Notice it, take a break, let your kids know, I just need to have a little bit of time right now, I'm just going to take a little break, I'll be right back, and find something that helps you relax. Build in some exercise, do something that you enjoy, have a little bit of quiet time, just sort of recharging to allow us sort of get back to a baseline. That's going to help your kids in the long run too and make the day go better.
I know it always sounds so easy to try and you say, hey, I'm going to give myself some more time, but a lot of times until you actually build it in, right?
You have to schedule it in, right? If it's on our schedule, we tend to do it. When we lose it is to say, I should do that sometime today. I really want to put that in there, but it doesn't get done. So literally putting it into our routine and making it happen every day is really when we're likely to do it. And again, the more that we do it, more consistency. Not only are you also modeling that for your kids, because that's important for them to do too, but you're also taking care of yourself, which in turn is going to make you more available emotionally and less stressed when you're spending time with your kid, and therefore likely a more enjoyable interaction together.
And we got a few seconds left, but it's almost like it's a good way to propel yourself into the new year then as well.
It's a great way, exactly, because you're modeling again, as I mentioned, but you're also putting into place some new routines that are going to decrease stress in the months ahead. So we tend to forget it's not just during the holiday, but what we do now is also going to carry forth in the weeks and the months ahead.
All right, Dr. Slattery, we appreciate you coming in. We'll get all of your advice up on channel3000.com.
Sounds great.
There's more news for you this morning right after this. Stick around.
It's the new year.